Hi, I'm Jane Cochran at the Results Lounge, and we're going to be doing a little demo and education on the Exilis Ultra, which is this lovely machine right here. It is versatile, it does a lot of different things. Primary functions are fat kill and skin tightening, all in the category of non-surgical body sculpting, which means you're not making incisions, there's no anesthesia, and limited to no downtime. I do consider these no downtime machines that I have here. It works through using a combination of radio frequency energy for heat and ultrasound technology for cooling. In this case, we're going to be using the large wand for the body and demonstrate on the abdomen how to do both fat kill and then skin tighten, which normally we do both. If we are doing fat kill, to layer on top. So I'm just going through my functions here, and for fat kill, I will be using the ultrasound. That's the difference between heat and cold. When you're killing fat, you need the ultrasound not to kill the fat, but to cool the top of the skin enough to drive that heat down to the fat cells. The epidermis would not tolerate that level of heat if it didn't have the cool applied topically to it. So this is considered a unipolar source of energy, meaning I have to have a grounding pad. I'm putting energy into the client, so I need to have something to catch it. So you have to get an area that has some kind of fat on it. And you can do it, the buttocks is the most common place, but for demo, I'm gonna put it right in here. Just needs to be nice and well adhered. The machine has safety features to not work. It will kick off and make a noise if I am not well adhered with my pad or I become disconnected with the cord in any way. And so I just clip it on there. And plug in here. And Mademoiselle, you can lay back. And again, similar contraindications to the Vanquish machine. We want to have good hydration in the body and no metal directly in the treatment zone. The Exilis is not as strong because it's not the big powerhouse like the Vanquish. So it still is enough to get through and get into the fat tissues, but it's not the whole area. So I can, if I have somebody with hips, I can usually tweak it so that I can still get in here and use the Exilis to get some progress for them. My favorite thing to do is to double up on the machines, to use Vanquish and then follow it with Exilis. And so I have my settings over here already done with some heat and some ultrasound to cool it for fat kill. And then I have my time set for about 12.5 minutes for this series. I'm plugged in and I'm going, and you can see here on the front, I have full constant feedback of what my temperature is. People normally start out anywhere from 29 to 31, 32 with their body temperature on this, and then we're already up to 34 and climbing. So this machine is very well tolerated. Are you comfortable right now, madam?
Yes.
Okay, what would your heat be 0 to 10?
1.
A 1, lovely. Let me know if it climbs above that, please. So we just go back and forth, and it's kind of, you have to constantly assess what's going on because the ultrasound again is cooling the top and that heat's driving below, and I need to make sure that my numbers are rising nicely because I want it to get to 40 to 43 degrees so I know that I'm actually achieving a fat killer skin tightening, whatever I'm trying to do. If the numbers do not go up fast enough, generally speaking, that means I'm not at the right level of where the fat is. My settings allow me to go more superficial, and that can really help women out, especially in areas like thighs with the cellulite. That's more hereditary and hormonal than anything. It's not activity or lifestyle determined to have cellulite. So doing a superficial fat kill in those circumstances is very helpful. And I generally will get one area nice and hot and then work my space outward. You're limited to about one, a lot of people only do one size of the pad as far as the section they're going to kill at a time. I usually can get about 2, maybe 3 of those. If you want to see before and afters of this, we've got some coming, all of our results coming to our website and Facebook that we're putting out there. We've had some wonderful results. The company has their own. I prefer mine. Is it getting hot, ma'am?
Yes.
A little? What number would you give it?
30.
30? 3. So when people get hot, it's very important to pay attention to that, and she's getting to 40 in that area. So instead of turning it down and being, oh boy, it's too hot, I'm not gonna go there, I make my treatment zone bigger so that I'm getting more results for her. How quickly you'll see results with this is largely dependent upon the client. This, like the Vanquish, is not a weight loss machine. This is body sculpting, body contouring, meaning it can kill fat, tighten skin in problem areas, but not enough to warrant enough fat to change your body weight. I will tell you, if you're exercising and paying attention to other things, your water, eating pretty clean and really moving and stimulating your lymph system, you will see faster results than you've ever seen. If you are monitoring those things and even lose a tiny bit of weight, it will really come through. And the majority of my clients are already people that are oriented towards their fitness and have problem areas that they just can't get, or a lot of women, once they hit the age of decreasing estrogen or loss of estrogen through menopause, that affects every cell in their body. Every cell has estrogen receptors. And so when we lose that estrogen, we tend to start placing fat more like the male population, which is all in the abdominal area. How's that now? Comfortable, ma'am? Yeah. It can get very hot very quick. It can feel fine, and then all of a sudden, so that's why it's important to always keep an open dialogue with the client and know where they're at. And it's important to not tough it out like a lot of people do and think, if I can withstand the intense heat, I'm gonna get better results. If you want to see more results on these and reviews, I always urge my clients to go to realself.com. It gives unbiased opinions. To my knowledge, it is not owned by any company. It's a forum where people can ask, you could write in and ask, I'm considering Exilis Ultra, what's everybody's experiences, and you'll get people that have had it done, their feedback and overall happiness rating, and then you'll get some of the best surgeons, derms in the country that will tell you what they would recommend, what they offer in their practices. So it's a good source of information that appears to be non-biased, which is hard to find. My machines generally get very good reviews. The ones that aren't great, I would say, are more about the person operating the machine, because I've seen clients go through this and not get the results. And that's going to be more the person behind the machine than it is the machine itself. The machine works, there's no doubt about it. And also with educating the client on what you need to do to maximize it. Because if you're going to spend the money to do these, you need to actually be putting forth the effort too to get your money out of it and to see the results you want to see. And cost-wise, people always want to know, how much does it cost? What am I going to have to pay? It is so incredibly variable that I'm hesitant to let people know. I can give kind of a range for different areas of the body. Anything from the eyes to the belly and thighs could be anywhere from $150 a session to $350, depending upon what area, how big, the size of it. The face for skin tightening, I can get facelift-like results, which I've got some pictures of as well. I combine it with a couple other therapies to get the best, but it definitely works. And I can do kind of an eye lift, facelift with this machine with the facial probe. And that takes 6 sessions also. And those are spaced, for the face, it's spaced 2 weeks apart. And I'm just using a basic lubrication on here. So you can use a baby oil. I prefer to frequently use oils that have some tightening effects like coconut oil or some almond, jojoba, stuff like that. Because if I'm tightening anyway, that's what I'd like to maximize. This machine, the Exilis Ultra, also does have the capacity to do the feminine rejuvenation, which it's called Fem 360. BTL's Fem 360, it's what Jada Pinkett Smith was talking about on TV, several other famous people. It's one of the most positively reviewed non-surgical procedures that exists. Again, there's no downtime with it. So if you're interested in Exilis Ultra for fat kill or skin tightening head to toe, we can do. Give us a call or text at 765-701-0249 and we'll set up a free consultation. And again, just like Vanquish Me, you must have a consultation before going forward with these machines to make sure you're an appropriate candidate for the body sculpting. Thank you.